Check. Want to welcome everybody here to tonight's broadcast of the BEI Lightning Series UMP Modifieds here from the Eldora Speedway here in Rossburg, Ohio. We thank you for joining us on tonight's broadcast. We are happy to bring you the action here on Hammer Down iRacing League, HDIRL.com/live-broadcast, as we have got a great field of UMP Modifieds ready to put the hammer down here tonight at Eldora. Let's take a look at the lineup for heat race number 1, and here's how they're going to line up. On the pole will be the 177 of Dylan Conrad. To his outside, the 33 machine of Torrin Schertz. Row number 2 to the inside will be the 86 of Derek Fedkenhauer. To his outside, the 129 of Curtis Uphoff. Row number 3 to the inside will be Caleb Sexton in the 522. To his outside, the 9 of Chris Perry. Row number 4 to the inside will be Cody Cantonwine. To his outside, Keith Hackney aboard the 69. And out back on the field will be the 85 machine of Cole Harvey. 9 cars here for this one. 10 laps the distance for heat race number 1. Race is underway here with heat race number 1 as they bring them down to the line here to put lap number 1 on the board. And we have got Dylan Conrad leading this one down the back straightaway, top 4 under a blanket into turn number 3. Torrin Schertz right behind him in that 33 machine, and out in the 3rd spot is Fedkenhauer in the 86. Uphoff in the 4th spot in the 129. Everybody single file down the back straightaway. It was a 4-car breakaway. Now I'm making a 5-car breakaway as Caleb Sexton has joined the pack here. Everybody trying to get into one of those top 4 invert spots for tonight's feature event. Through turns 3 and 4 they ride. Off of turn number 4, still Conrad out front, setting a great pace. Out in the 177, everybody running that extreme high line. And I imagine that's where we're going to see, oh, your leader in the backstretch. He got into the fence on the back straightaway, and that allowed Conrad to reel him right in. Or, excuse me, Schertz to reel Conrad in for the lead. As Schertz now all over the back. Oh, and now Schertz gets a piece of the fence. And he's going to let Fedkenhauer by for the number 2 spot. That's what these drivers were talking about earlier tonight. As they were saying the high line is certainly the fast way around, but these guys having trouble negotiating that outside wall. You got to be oh so careful on that outside lane. Still Conrad, Fedkenhauer, now Uphoff up to the 3rd spot. As we had a jingle between your 3rd, 4th, and 5th place cars. Three laps to go here in this one. Now Conrad into the fence in turn 2, and that's going to allow your 2nd place machine to close in on him. Fedkenhauer Now he's going to dive down to the low side, trying to make a race of this one. Here with 1 lap to go, white flag in the air. They will all make the invert. The question is, who's going to finish where in this one? As it is Conrad out front off turn 4. Can Fedkenhauer make a move at the line? I think he might have got him. By a nose, Fedkenhauer will get the win. Derek Fedkenhauer takes the number 1 spot. Dylan Conrad will finish second. Curtis Uphoff was third. Caleb Sexton fourth. Followed by Torrin Schertz, Cody Cantonwine, Chris Perry, Keith Hackney, and Cole Harvey. Hackney and Harvey looked like they had some trouble in that one. And that'll bring us up to heat race number 2 as they prepare to take on the Eldora Speedway here in Rossburg, Ohio. It's a half-mile track, a very racy track at that, as these guys will run high, low, run through the middle, wherever they need to go. Track in perfect condition here tonight. Heat race number 2 rolls on onto the track, and here's how they will line up. Going away from the pole will be Joshua Johnson in the 4 car tonight. Diz outside, Skip Tuttle in the 83. Row number 2 to the inside, Chase Wascom in the 115. To his outside, last Monday night's winner, Nicholas Watt Daffern in the 96. Row number 3 to the inside will be the 06 of Matt Everts. To his outside, Stephen Shady in the 50. Row number 4, Kyle Voringer in the 73, and Trevor Baker in the 24. And out back on the field for this one will be Tommy Karkin in the 99 and Marcus Brown in the 102. Field paces through turns 3 and 4. Chevy Performance Pace Truck pulls off of the speedway, and we are green here with heat race number 2. Johnson leads them through turns 1 and 2 for the first time down the back straightaway. Oh, we got some cars making contact on the back straightaway. We stay clean and green. Almost had them 3 wide for the lead there for a moment, as Wascom getting in there and getting racy. Tuttle rides in the 2 spot right behind Johnson. Your leader, the battle is on for 4th back there as they're fighting for the last spot in the invert. Right now, Daffern has it in the 96. And then the battle for 5th is raging on here between Baker, Shady, and Everts. And you've got Voringer in there as well. That's a 3-car battle there for 5th. And a spirited one at that. We'll head back up front here. We've still got Joshua Johnson in the lead in the 4 machine, riding right around the outside lane. But I'll tell you, Skip Tuttle is really inching closer and closer to that outside wall. That might have just opened up an opportunity here for Chase Wascom in the 115. Wascom takes a peek down low, tucks back into line through turns 3 and 4. Trying to get that momentum run. That's the key here with these modifieds here for the BEI Lightning Series. Top 3 single file. Johnson now pulled out to about a 2-car length lead into turn 3. These cars carry so much momentum around the outside of the track. Wascom got just a tad bit out of shape, and he's going to get some distance now back to the Tuttle 83. So 2-car links from Johnson back to Tuttle, another 2-car links back to Wascom. That's your top 3. Again, 4 cars will go to the invert as we've got 7 laps in and 3 laps to go. They will get the popsicle sticks next time by. Johnson continues to lead out front. Dave Farney waving those sticks up in the air. 2 laps to go here for Johnson. Tuttle trying to work the middle lane now, about a whole car length lower than the outside wall. Maybe doing a little testing and tuning here for later on. Johnson off turn 4. He's going to take the white flag. We'll see if he can hold on to this one. He has led it from the drop of the green. Johnson down the back straightaway, riding the high line. Down the back, stretching through turns 3 and 4. Heat race number 2. Going to go to the 4 car of Josh Johnson. The second place will be Skip Tuttle. Third is Chase Wascom. Nick Daffern will take the 96 car into the invert. That's your top 4. Rest of the field here from heat race number 2, finishing in the 5th spot, will be Kyle Voringer, Stephen Shady in the 50, Trevor Baker the 24, Matt Everts the 06, Tommy Karkin the 99, and Marcus Brown the 102. So we're firing them right off here tonight. 2 heat races in the books. Heat race number 3 on the line, gridded and ready to go. Here's how they will go. Starting on the pole will be Rod Hunter in the 91. To his outside, Jacob Hilburn, the 711. Row number 2 in the 26 will be Brad Dost. His outside will be the old trout fisherman, Randy Crowder, who picked up a big win last week at the Williams Grove Speedway here in the Hammer Down League. That was a thrilling finish last Thursday night. Row number 3, good to see Bud Davis from Bud Davis Photography, one of our sponsors here at the Hammer Down iRacing League. He's out here in the 116 with us tonight. He'll roll away from position number 5. To his outside in the deuce, that is Brian Wise. So it looks like we will have 6 cars here in this one. 10 laps the distance. 4 cars will go to the invert. Again, we want to thank you for joining us tonight here on the Hammer Down iRacing League for tonight's coverage of the BEI Lightning Series UMP Modifieds right here from Tony Stewart's Eldora Speedway. We are off and racing here with heat race number 3. Field getting the green quick here on this one, and they are off and running down the back straightaway as they're going to come down to put lap number 2 on the board. Rod Hunter in the 91 machine, your early leader. A recent addition to the Hammer Down iRacing League here in the last week or two. And Hunter really flexing some muscle here with that 91 machine. They've got a good battle back here for the second spot between Jacob Hilburn and Randy Crowder. We know we know Crowder's got some fans out there on the live broadcast tonight. They're always filling up our chat panel with some kudos and cheering on their favorite driver. Crowder up into the 3 spot. Right behind Crowder right now is Brad Doss. Oh, your second place car up into the fence. Out of shape. Crowder up to second. Doss up to third. And Hilburn falls back to the 3 spot. We got a battle on for second. Bud Davis riding in that 5 spot, but we're watching the battle for 2. Doss going after Crowder into turns 3 and 4. Good battle here for position number 2. As Hilburn starts to slip back just a little bit, about 2 car lengths back of that good battle there for second, but second and third running the same line through turns 3 and 4. I'd say Doss about a half a groove lower than Crowder that time by, trying to look for a little something. Try to find that moist brown down low to make a pass here. But he's going to tuck into line, going to follow Crowder through 3 and 4. And while these guys battle for position, Hunter has been able to pull away here in the 91. Last time by had a full second on Crowder. 1.083 seconds the lead here for Rod Hunter. Hunter, a competitor with us here on the Hammer Down iRacing League out of the great state of Iowa. And he's making his way through turns 3 and 4 for the final time. Checkered flag in the air. Rod Hunter will take heat race number 3. Second will be Crowder. Third is Doss. Hilburn is 4th. Bud Davis 5th. Randy Wise 6th. And that is how they will finish here for heat race number 3. And like I said, we're firing them right off here tonight. Got a great field on hand. Next up on the agenda will be tonight's C main. And it looks like 4 cars will go to tonight's to the B main from the C. And we're going to have looks like we'll have maybe a handful of cars here in this one. We'll see how many are able to make the call here, as we have had some cars that have had problems here early on in the night. So it looks like we've got 3 cars on track here for the C main. Green flag is in the air. Trevor Baker going to lead Matt Everts to the line. And Everts into the fence here right off the drop of the green. Brian Hetzler in the 47, working the middle lane here on Everts here on lap number 1. Baker will lead at the line. 8 laps the distance. Oh, and Hetzler, a big shot into the turn 1 fence. That allows Everts to pull away. That was a hard hit there for Hetzler. And he may have to take that down pit road to the attention of the crew, as that was a hard shot into turn number 1. Still Baker out front. Baker down to the line, cross flags in the air, 4 laps in. Looks like this one will be 10 laps in distance, so we'll have 6 laps to go. Although iRacing showing 8 laps here, so I think it may actually be 8 laps here in distance. It's still Baker out front. Everett's running in the 2 spot. And Hetzler back out on track. This is a tough track to negotiate here with these UMP Modifieds, no doubt about it. That was something we talked about with these drivers pre-race. as they talked about the fact that obviously the fast way around for these guys is right along that fence line. As your leader, Baker, gets up into the fence, it's just talking about it, and there's your leader. Gets a piece of the fence in 3 and 4. It is a fine, fine line to try and run the fast lane on the top, but not get into the fence while you're doing it. Track really starting to come in for these guys here tonight. And I think Everts is really starting to show something here in that 06, as he is really starting to get the hang of it here, as he's reeled in Baker, but Baker's going to come down to the line and pick up the win. Second will be Everts, third will be Hetzler here for your C main. That'll bring us up to tonight's B main. Let's go ahead and give you the rundown of how they will start. 10 laps the distance here for your B main. And it looks like they're taking 15 cars to the feature, according to Iracing here. We'll double check that. We've got 14 cars gridded here, ready to go. 13 cars. Caleb Sexton will start on the pole in this one, alongside Nicholas Daffern in the 96, row 2 to the inside. Jacob Hilburn to his outside, Torrin Schurtz, the 33. Row number 3 to the inside will be Kyle Voringer to his outside, Bud Davis in the 116. Row 4 will be Cody Cantonwine to his outside, Stephen Shady in the 50. Row number 5 to the inside will be the deuce of Brian Wise to his outside, Chris Perry aboard the 9. Then it's Trevor Baker and Matt Everts and Brian Hetzler from the C main. They will make up the field. Shady in the 50 will serve a penalty here, an end-of-line penalty for the start on this one. Again, we want to welcome you out here to the Eldora Speedway here in Rossburg, Ohio. The Bellinger Electric Incorporated Lightning Series UMP Modifieds here for you on the Hammer Down iRacing League. My name is Steve Ovens, the voice of the Hammer Down iRacing League, welcoming you here to the Big E. Chevy Performance Pace Truck about ready to drop off the track. Caleb Sexton leads them to the green. And we are underway with tonight's B main. Couple of cars out of shape through turns 1 and 2. Boy, they're 3 wide for second. Hold on, can they get away with it? Yes, they will. Everything shakes out, and it's Jacob Hilburn taking over the 2 spot. Oh, we got a car into the fence. Here in turns 1 and 2, 2 cars in the fence. Problems there back in the pack. And that is definitely going to hurt those 2 machines, as they were running in the top 5. That moves Voringer up to the number 3 spot in the 73. He's digging hard down the back straightaway. Top 3 under a blanket here through turns 3 and 4. Hilburn running 2, still Caleb Sexton out front. Not used to seeing Caleb Sexton in the 522 in a B main. One of the strong competitors here in the Hammer Down iRacing League. And taking a look at the standings coming into tonight. Sexton is your points leader by 14 points. So he's got a lot of ground to make up here between the B main and the A main for your point leader. Hilburn, who runs second in this B main currently. He is actually Sexton had a problem, got into the fence. And he gives up the lead, and now Hilburn, who runs second in the point race, has taken over the lead, and he has got the 73 all over the backside of his machine as we've got a battle for the lead. Voringer putting the pressure here to Hilburn in the B main. Off turn 4 they go. Voringer took a peek down low, going to tuck into line. He runs about a half a car length lower and then really drops it down to the bottom off turn 2. Good racing up front here in tonight's B main. Hilburn down to the line to put lap number 6 on the board. We've got 4 to go. And boy, Voringer not going away easy as there it goes. Hilburn into the fence down the back straightaway. Voringer with a slide job. Hilburn right back down to the bottom. Side by side into turn number 1. Voringer going to use the momentum around the outside to take the lead down the back straightaway. Hilburn into the fence one more time. Boy, this is going to be a dandy in the A main tonight. Voringer going to take the win. Hilburn's got to settle for second. Third will be Trevor Baker, Matt Everts. Those two cars came from the C main. They finished third and fourth. Stephen Shady, Bud Davis, Nick Daffern, Cody Cantonwine, Brian Wise, Torrin Schertz, Caleb Sexton. Sexton finishes 2 laps down here in the B main. And that will bring us to the warm-up session here prior to tonight's 30-lap A main. Boy, this ought to be a dandy here tonight. I want to thank you all for joining us tonight here on the Hammer Down iRacing League, as we've got great action for you tonight with the BEI Lightning Series UMP Modifieds race number 4 tonight from Eldora. Let's take a look at the schedule this week. Coming up tomorrow night, the North Star 360 Sprints will go to Knoxville for a 20-lapper. Action kicks off at 9:30. We will pick up coverage with live action for you at the start of heat race number 1. Wednesday night, March 21st, will be the Hammer Down Midgets as they will compete in round number 4 at the Williams Grove Speedway for a 30-lapper. So the Hammer Down Midgets on Wednesday. Then we go Thursday, Thunder 410 Sprints from Volusia. Action kicks off at 9:30. We pick up live coverage with commentary from Turn 5 Media with the start of heat race number 1. Action kicks off at 9:30. Friday night, the RNC Wrap Super Late Models have their race, round number 4, at Charlotte for a 30-lapper. That ought to be exciting. The dirt track at Charlotte. And then the following night, the MHL Pro Lates will go to the Knoxville Speedway for a 30-lapper on Saturday. So a lot of great action for you here at the Hammer Down iRacing League. We appreciate you joining us here tonight for live coverage of the BEI Lightning Series. Feature getting lined up on the pit road as we speak, and we'll give you an idea of how they're going to line up here tonight for tonight's 30-lap A main. Going away from the pole tonight, it's the trout fisherman, Randy Crowder. Crowder going to try and win this one from the pole here tonight to his outside. Skip Tuttle aboard the 83 machine. Row number 2 to the inside will be the 177 of Dylan Conrad to his outside, Rod Hunter in the 91. Row number 3 will be the 4 car of Josh Johnson to the outside, Derek Fetkenauer. Curtis Don't Hassle the Up Hoff in the 129 to his outside, the 115 of Chase Wascom. Brad Doss in the 26 will go alongside Kyle Boringer in the 73. Then it's Jacob Hilburn and Trevor Baker to make up row number 6. Stephen Shady will start in the 14th spot. Bud Davis and Nick Daffern will make up row number 8. Row number 9 will be Cody Cantonwine and Brian Wise. Row number 10 will be Torrin Schertz and Caleb Sexton, your points leader, coming into tonight. Then we've got Chris Perry and Brian Hetzler, 21st and 22nd. And that's your field tonight. 22 cars strong for the BEI Lightning Series UMP Modifieds here at the Eldora Speedway. Chevy Performance Pace Truck ready to pull off of the Speedway. 30 laps the distance. Hey, it was St. Patrick's Day. Let's get hammered with the Hammer Down Iracing League. And they're off and running here. Lap 1 goes on the board, and it's Crowder out front. Tuttle running in the 2 spot. Your leaders, 1, 2, and 3 on the racetrack, running right there together. Oh, Tuttle got a piece of the fence. He got into the wall, and here comes Conrad up to the number 2 spot, and we've got caution. Yellow, yellow, yellow on the speedway. Lap number 3. Caution flag coming out here for the first time tonight. It'll give us a good opportunity to talk about our sponsor for tonight's racing action. Bellinger Electric Incorporated, our highly trained professionals, will use their experience to provide innovative and economical solutions to meet all of your electrical needs, to assist you in all aspects of your project, whether new construction, remodeling, maintenance of existing systems, or commercial work. Bellinger Electric Incorporated has everything you need for any of your electrical needs, so be sure to check them out, and we want to give them a shout out for sponsoring tonight's action. You can find them online, facebook.com/Bellinger Electric. That's BELLINGER Electric. So pacing the field here, Randy Crowder currently shown as your leader. Dylan Conrad running in the 2 spot. Tuttle, after getting into the wall, rides in the 3rd spot. Josh Johnson in the 4 car. And Rod Hunter, your top 5. Taking a look back through the field here, Caleb Sexton is being shown as 4 laps down. And boy, what an awful way to start the night here tonight as the point leader coming into tonight's action here at Eldora. Crowder setting a nice pace. Chevy Performance Pace Truck pulls off. Dave Farney with the green flag in the air, and we are back off and running down into turn number 2. Field makes their way through turns 1 and 2 now down the back straightaway. Still Crowder out front. Boy, we've got some cars framming and jamming from about 6th place on back. They are 2 by 2 by 2 by 2 down the front straightaway. Johnson riding in that 4 spot, and he is working Tuttle over for position number 3. As Johnson really pitched it in the corner in turn number 3, trying to get a good bit of momentum through turns 3 and 4. Couldn't make it happen that time. As now everybody working their way to the outside lane, but You know, you can't make any moves there just running the outside. I wonder if maybe some of these guys are trying to log some laps here, as we now just have only 10 laps on the board. Not that I want to jinx it, but we are getting some great green flag runs here in this feature tonight. Crowder comes off of turn 4, going to put lap number 11 on the board, 19 to go. And the driver that we like to call the trout fisherman, well, he's running the outside lane tonight. He ain't running the bottom. Fast way around the track is right around the outside lane. And he has done it to perfection here. Conrad running in the 2 spot. Boy, he run right up on the back bumper of Crowder, but we've got a caution. Yellow flag coming out here on lap number 12. Crowder going to come through turns 3 and 4, and he'll put lap number 13 on the board. So caution out here with 17 to go. Still early here in this one. Crowder shown as your leader. Dylan Conrad up to the 2 spot. Tuttle runs 3. Johnson 4. Chase Wascom 5. Then it's Derek Fedkenhauer, Rod Hunter, Stephen Shady, Brad Doss, Torrin Schertz, Curtis Uphoff, Kyle Voringer. And as we take a look here at the running order, looks like your hard charger here so far tonight's been the 33 car of Torrin Schertz. Schertz has moved up 9 spots. Currently runs 10th, started 19th. So a good run here so far for Torrin Schertz in that 33 car. Hunter in the 91 getting an end-of-line penalty. As it looks here from race control.
Never mind, not going.
And it looks like we might be looking for a restart here as the field is double filed. Crowder brings them through turns 3 and 4. Chevy Performance Pace Truck. Oh, we're going to go one more lap here. They waved off that restart. So we'll get one more lap of yellow here. Looks like we'll have everybody already doubled up, and they will come back to the line for the green next time by. Crowder setting a slow pace here off turn 4. Starts to pick up that pace just a little bit. Here entering turn number 3. Through turns 3 and 4 they go. He drops the hammer off turn 4, and Crowder going to lead him down to turn number 1. Boy, oh, we got trouble in turn 2. We've got cars all over the place. Yellow, yellow, yellow on the speedway. It's the big one at Eldora. 6, 7, 8 cars involved in that one. And that was a mess on the backstretch. One car got turned in turn number 2, and it was mayhem from there on back. And that is going to make wholesale changes to the running order here. It looks like Tuttle was the one that either got out of shape or got turned. I couldn't tell from our angle here in the booth, but definitely saw one car spin, and it was on from there. So let's update the running order for you, because it has changed from third on back. Crowder and Conrad stay 1 and 2. Chase Wascom now up to the 3 spot, and up 15 spots. Torrin Schertz is up to 4th. Voringer started 10th. He's now 5th. Uphoff running in this number 6 position. Trevor Baker 7th. Matt Everett's 8th. Cody Cantonwine 9th. Rod Hunter up to position number 10 after the end of line penalty on that last restart. Field doubling up off turns 1 and 2. Looks like they're going to be looking for a restart here off turns 3 and 4. So definitely shook that one up a bit in our running order. But it's all been Randy Crowder all night long here tonight in the BEI Lightning Series. UMP Modifieds, and we are back green. Boy, for the first time tonight, we've seen a car go down low, and look at Chase Wascom up to the number 2 spot down the back straightaway, battling with Conrad. Wascom continues to use the low line, but Conrad with the momentum run will go right around the outside of him. And Torrin Shirts, 19th starting spot, up to 3rd and looking for more. Shirts all over the back end of Conrad, looking for the number 2 spot off turn number 4. Down to the line. Lap 23 goes on the board. 7 to go here with the BEI Lightning Series. Crowder with a 2.5 car length lead. Shirts now goes down to the bottom, lost a little ground that time on Conrad. I don't know if the low line is going to be the way to go as this one starts to come down to a close, but Conrad is starting to reel in Crowder. Could the handle be going away on the Crowder machine? Conrad pulls right up to the back bumper into turn 1. All over him down the back straightaway and into turn 3. Crowder cannot make a mistake. Conrad is there. Shirts into the fence in turn 4. He'll fall from 3rd to 5th in that exchange. Big slide job into turn number 1 that time as they've got a hellacious battle going on for position number 3. But we're watching the leaders. It's still Crowder and Conrad. They have run 1 and 2 for the majority of this event. Can Conrad do anything with Crowder? He pulls up to the back bumper one more time, but that's as close as he's been able to get all night long. But he's only got 3 laps to go. 3 more times, now make it 2.5 times around the famed Eldora Speedway. Conrad looking low. Took a look under the skirt and likes what he sees. He's going to try it. He's going to try it down low. Now he tucks back into line off turn 2. White flag coming up there this time by. Randy Crowder working the outside lane. Off turn number 4. The white silk is in the air. One more trip around the half mile at Eldora. He won a absolutely thrilling race last Thursday night at Williams Grove, and he is going to come back and absolutely put a shellacking on the field. Randy Crowder in the 96 will pick up the win here at Eldora. 2nd will be Dylan Conrad. 3rd will be Chase Wascom. 4th is Torrin Shirts. 5th is Curtis Uphoff. And back through the field is Trevor Baker, Rod Hunter, Skip Tuttle, Brad Doss, Cody Cantonwine, your top 10. Randy Crowder gets it done here tonight at Eldora. We will get a word with your top 3 here in Victory Lane in just a moment. Stay with us.
User was moved to your channel. User was moved to your channel. User was moved to your channel.
And Randy Crowder making his way into Victory Lane, gets the belts undone, climbs up, does a little roof dance for us here. And as he hops down to get a word with us here in Victory Lane, Randy Crowder, man, congratulations. Hell of a job here tonight at Eldora.
Thanks, man. Appreciate it. It was rough, hard.
I can't imagine the concentration it must have taken to know that you got to run the outside lane to be fast, but you got to keep it off the wall.
Yeah, man. Got a couple of buddies in there with me, luckily. They was been good to me, and track wasn't what I thought it was going to be for the feature. Track was a little bit different than the heat race action, so I tried to do my best, run around the top, and keep it straight as possible.
There at the end there, Dylan Conrad give you quite a run there for your money there with less than 5 to go. That had to have been a lot of pressure on you to keep that car straight.
Yeah, it really was, man. He's actually one of my buddies that runs with us as long as Skip Tuttle and Jake and Dylan also. And these guys are really tough to outrun sometimes, especially when we're all trying to run the same stuff.
Well, man, after the win Thursday at the Grove and now get a win here at Eldora, man, it's been a pretty good past 4 or 5 days, man. Great job.
Thank you.
So Randy Crowder gets it done here tonight in the UMP Modifieds at Eldora. And next we will bring in Dylan Conrad, who finishes in the number 2 spot tonight. Dylan, man, what did you need there at the end? You were able to get right to the back bumper, but it seemed like that was as close as you could get.
I think the bottom's just not strong enough in these tracks late in the race, especially to pull up beside somebody and make it stick. So I was just trying to stay out of Randy. He's a pretty good dude. So
it seemed from the booth, and maybe you can confirm or deny this for us, but it looked like where you were able to really get a strong run was on the entrance to turn 1.
yeah, I think I was a little better on entry kind of through the center than he was, but just, I mean, that's where you got to pass, but I'm not trying to be dirty, especially with, we're not used to running with no mirrors, so we just try to keep it as clean as possible.
Well, man, great run tonight. It was sure entertaining for all the folks watching the live broadcast here tonight. Tell us about the folks that help you out there on the 177.
It's really just me and Skip and Jade, Caleb, and my brother Dalton runs under my account sometimes. But other than that, we just kind of talk to each other and keep it between us.
Hey, man, great job tonight. We'll see you again at a track soon.
Thank you.
And finally, we'll talk to Chase Wascom in the 115. Chase, one of the drivers that was trying to see what you could do on that bottom line. And Chase, it seemed like the bottom lane just wasn't going to work out tonight. Oh, we're having a little trouble hearing Chase Wascom.
You hear me now?
Hey, there we go. Now we've got him. Hey, tell me about that bottom lane one more time.
I was trying it. It just wasn't working. I knew it wasn't gonna anything down there. At Eldora with the high banks here, the tops, where it's at. But I was trying anything to get up to the front, but top 3 was where it was, I guess.
Talk about your race. You finished in the 3rd spot tonight after starting in the 8th spot. So you move up 5 positions during the race, and you had to be one of the drivers that had a front row seat to that mix-up off of turn 2.
Yeah, I had the front row seat. Ended up getting collected when they came down the track, but luckily nothing got damaged. I thought something got hurt there, but everything was all right. But yeah, that was a wild wreck there.
That had to be a little nerve-wracking when we went back to green, knowing that, you knew that you got hit, but you're not sure if anything was damaged or not.
Yeah, going in turn 1 there I wasn't ready for it, but everything was fine, thankfully.
Good deal, man. Hey, great run for 3rd tonight. Tell us about the folks that help you out on the 115.
Just like to thank Mike Wood for the design. Everybody would hammer down to allow us to come out here and do this every day. That can show up every day, but for me, I show up every Monday at least. But that's about it, man. And thank you for broadcasting and stuff like that.
All right, man. Great job tonight.
User disconnected from your channel.
Well, folks, that's going to do it for us here.
User was moved out of your channel. User was moved out of your channel.
As we will wrap things up here from the Eldora Speedway, we want to thank you for tuning in and want to thank everybody who tuned in tonight on the live broadcast on HDIRL.com. Don't forget, tomorrow night, the North Star 360 Sprints will head to Knoxville. We're going to drop everything here at Eldora, and we're going to jump aboard the hammer down Jet, and we're going to hammer down all the way out to Knoxville. 20 laps in distance tomorrow night for the North Star 360s. We will see you at Knoxville tomorrow night. Thank you, folks, for tuning in. We will see you at the races.